Well, I don't know if you guys heard about yesterday, but as we were having baptisms and then celebrating afterwards, someone came up to me and told me about the drones that Iran sent toward Israel. And it's a very interesting situation because I think, again, if you read the scriptures, you know that whole area is going to get demolished. Except for Israel, of course, God's chosen people. But the whole area around it, all the people that come against Israel are going to get demolished because they come against Israel. Now, in Ezekiel 38 and 39, it talks more about this in this battle that's coming up with Iran. And it doesn't just include Iran, but Iran and Turkey and Russia and Syria and even Egypt. Too. It talks about Northern Africa being involved in it. So these things are happening. But if you'll notice, first of all, I thought it was kind of a low blow. Both of these things happened with Gaza, and then this one with Iran. They both happened on Saturday. And I don't know if you guys know this, but what happens on Saturday in Israel? It's the Sabbath, right? They're taking the day off to honor the Lord. And yet, that's when both these attacks were chosen to happen. Fascinating, right? I think they know what they're doing. But if you also notice, none of those drones that Iran sent toward Israel actually made it there. They were all shot down. Isn't it amazing how God protects his people? Isn't it amazing how in control God is? And that's what he says in Ezekiel 38 and 39, and then in Zechariah 9 and 12, is that battle that's going to happen between those nations, this is going to be the second battle, okay? You have this battle with Gaza, and we believe that Jordan is going to be involved in that too. So it's not time for that second battle of Ezekiel 38 and 39 yet, because Jordan is supposed to get involved in attack Israel here pretty quick after this whole Gaza thing happens, okay? So that's the next thing we believe is going to happen in the scriptures, okay? Could it be that Jordan is involved with the second battle with Iran? Maybe, but we're just interpreting it for what we see. You know, hindsight is 20/20, foresight isn't always, you know? So it's fascinating. But what I think is amazing about that second battle is that God says that Israel is going to win the first battle themselves. And we can see in what they've done to Gaza, to the Philistines, that it's been them, right? They've been doing that under their own military strength. But that's one little nation. And that's even little compared to Israel. But could you imagine if a nation like Iran and Turkey and Russia and Egypt and Syria all came against Israel at once? They would have a tough time, wouldn't they? But what's fascinating is that God says that he is going to win that battle. It won't be Israel that's going to win that battle. It says that God is going to win that battle and that everyone is going to know that it was God and not Israel. That's what's going to be fascinating about it. Look, this is amazing because the way it's going with Gaza is showing us that the prophecies of the scriptures are starting to be fulfilled. These things are happening right in front of our face. You understand, we're the generation that is seeing these. So many generations before us have hoped to see them, not because of the wars, but because they know that it leads to the coming of our Messiah. So many generations have looked forward to it. We're in the generation that is starting to see these things happen. And man, I mean, people said it would happen fast, and we're already seeing Iran's intentions of getting involved. So it can go from first to second battle so quickly. But look, don't be alarmed about these things. Don't sit back and wonder, oh, is the world ending? Well, yeah, the world is coming to an end. We're getting there. But the end is not yet. God has this thing under control. God knows exactly what he's doing. And if you read your Bible, you will know. You will know these things. And you won't have to be concerned about what the news says or what people on social media say, because you have it all right here and you know how it's all going to happen. All this information is out there. It is. It's just if we choose to, number one, believe it, and then to hold it precedence against everything else. Because that's the thing that not a lot of people are doing in this generation, is holding the scriptures as precedence above all the other information that's out there.